Hi guys, this is Yana from Squidlicks Jewelry and I will be showing you how I make my molds. First off, you want to trace a round shape from the container you're using and arrange the models of what you want to mold in a way that it covers the bottom of the circle. In this case, I'm using a old to-go container, and of course I gotta put on some Star Trek. I enjoy watching something that I can listen to and not necessarily have to devote my full attention to. Okay, so we're working with the to-go container. I cut out the bottom, and the paper you see taped down to a piece of cardstock is just plain wax paper. And you're going to need some double-sided tape. And you're going to want to cover the entire inside of that circle and maybe a little bit of the edge out of the circle. You want to make sure there are no spaces in between the tape and try your best not to get any wrinkles beneath the tape because the mold will run underneath that. And of course you want to put the piece you want to be on the open side down. And here I'm just checking to see how far away the actual model is going to be from the side of the mold. You don't want it poking through or touching the side, or else whatever you put in your mold will come out, and you do not want that. So now I'm just going to arrange the pieces that I've previously taken a photo of. Make sure none of your pieces are touching each other, and make sure there's enough room in between them that the molding material can run through. And of course, there's extra space somehow, so I just grabbed some random things to fill it up. The more mold material you're not using, the more money you're saving and the more molds you get. Now I'm just trying to make sure that there is space between the edges, and this is where you grab your glue gun and you will secure 4 sides of the mold first, or at least that's what I do so it doesn't move around when you're trying to get glue all around the edge. And you certainly do not want to leave a gap because your silicone will run out. And that's happened to me once. Luckily the damage was not bad because it solidified, so that was lucky.
Reload!
That's gonna harden right away. And the next step, we can begin mixing the mold mix. I use Mold Star by Smooth On. It's the only silicone I've ever used, and it's the one they suggested it to me. You're going to need a popsicle stick, and I like to use this measuring cup, and you're just going to do equal parts of both part A and B. So once you got your parts measured out, you can begin to mix it. This is also where I realized I was bleeding. Craft life, am I right, guys? Okay, so you're gonna want to mix this until your hand falls off. I'm not sure the appropriate time, but I pretty much do it until I can't mix it anymore. So it's gonna look a little bubbly. That's okay because this silicone somehow magically pops all the bubbles for you, and this is about when some weird screaming started happening in the show I was watching, so I forgot about the last step, but then quickly remembered. I do like to use a paper towel or something to bleeding. Get all the dust off the top, any smudges, because that will reflect in the mold. Okay, so we're ready to go, and you're going to want to slowly pour the silicone into the mold, and you want to get a thin stream. This helps in popping whatever air has gotten inside the mixture. And you're supposed to do this from pretty high up so it has time to release the air before it hits the bottom. Most of the time I just get impatient and dump the whole thing in there, but don't do that. Don't be dumb. All right, so you want to cover the top of your models, um, probably at best a centimeter thick. Here's a fun tip. Leave your popsicle stick in your empty container for easy cleanup, and I'll show you how that works later. Okay, so you're done. Good job. You didn't mess it up. And what I like to do is put it on a flat surface and move it to the floor where I'm pretty sure it's uh, level so you don't get any weird angles in your pieces. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And thanks so much for watching and check out my jewelry. Yeah.